So my name's Trenten, as you heard, and right now I currently live in Phoenix, Arizona. Does anybody know where Phoenix is? Anybody raise your hands? You do? Very good. So I was born and raised in Orange County, though. Does anybody know where Orange County is?
Yeah.
Yes, we're in Orange County. So just maybe 20, 30 minutes south of here in San Juan Capistrano. Can we turn my mic up just a little bit? So I want to share with you today not only Ephesians 2:10, which is such an important verse in my life, but also kind of my journey as I was younger and some things that happened in my life leading to me competing for USA in track and field. So y'all know that you're children of God, right? Right? Raise your hands. And you all know that God has awesome, awesome plans for you, yeah? We all believe that? Awesome. So I got to experience God in some crazy, crazy way, and I want to share it with you. When I was 14 years old, my best buddy and I, Scott over here, say hi, Scott.
Hi.
We were big into motocross. We both raced motocross and we loved it. We both wanted to be professional athletes growing up. Does anybody know what they want to be when they grow up? Raise your hand if you do. Yeah? Okay, cool. Good. Good. How many want to be professional athletes? Nice. We got a few. Cool. So that was my dream. I want to be a professional athlete. I loved soccer, and I loved racing motocross. When I was 14 years old, Scott and I were riding on the same little dirt bike to his house. We had built a little track in his front yard, and we used to ride when we couldn't go to the track with our bigger bikes. So we're riding to his house one day, and we come to the street. His house is just right up the hill. And so we look both ways, and we see that it looks clear. And the median that separates the two streets is bushes. And so as we start to proceed across the first lane, we get into the second one, and boom, we get hit by a car. My life flashed before my eyes. I woke up on the side of the dirt, and I thought it was all a dream. I look over, and I see Scott. His face is all bloody. I was like, oh gosh, this is nuts. I look over, and the person that hit us, she was talking to the cop. Instantly, that dream started becoming a reality. So I started thinking to myself, oh gosh, what really happened? I noticed my foot felt really numb. And so I looked down, and it's crushed. My foot's completely crushed. So I was like, okay, cool. This is the first time I've ever broken a bone. So I'm thinking there that I broke my bone, and now I got ants crawling on me, and I'm hanging out in the dirt. I fall asleep, I wake back up. The neighbor comes to me. She's asking me for phone numbers of my friends and stuff like that. I fall asleep, I call my dad again when I woke back up. I said, hey Dad, I got hit by a car. You need to come to Scott's house. He's like, oh gosh, I don't know what to believe. It's like, yeah, you better believe it. Come to Scott's house. And so he's like, okay, I'm coming right now. So he's coming. First ambulance takes Scott. Second one comes, grabs me. I get to the hospital, and for a month and a half, I'm sitting there. I'm thinking, okay, cool. You know, what color am I going to get for my cast? Because how many here have had broken bones and casts? Yeah? So you know when you get a cast, it's cool because you get to have all your friends sign it. So that's immediately what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, okay, cool. What color am I going to get? I'm probably going to go like lime green. And I'm going to have like a black Sharpie and have all my friends and family sign it. So a month and a half into the hospital, UCLA med staff trying to work on my crushed foot. Trying to get circulation back in my foot, trying to get the blood flowing. And then all of a sudden they come to me and they say, Trenton, there's no circulation to your toes. We're not going to be able to save your foot. So I'm thinking there, my dreams of being a professional athlete, they're taken away from me. What am I going to do? So I didn't know what to do. So I started immediately crying. And my friend Scott's mom came over me and she started praying over me. And instantly, God came to me and he said, Trenton. I said, yeah. He said, I've got great plans for you. And so I held on to that because right then and there, I had lost all hope. I thought my dreams were taken away from me. I'd never seen anybody with one foot before. I didn't know what they could do, what they couldn't do. I asked my doctor what I could do if I could ride motocross again, play soccer again. He said, I don't know. Probably not likely. So I said, okay, God, you're the only one that has provided me hope, the only one that's encouraging me right now. And I'm going to believe you because you created me. You've been with me through this accident. You know what happened in this accident. You know how I feel. And so I'm going to trust you. I'm going to trust you with my life. And so I took that and I held on to that verse, Ephesians 2:10. I knew that God had plans for me. So I went through high school. That was when I was 14. I turned 15 like a month later after my amputation of my foot. And then I got a prosthetic. You guys want to see it? Yeah? Raise your hand if you want to see it. Yeah, it's like a robot foot, huh? So I got a prosthetic now. About 3 months after they cut my foot off, I was hanging around for a while, and they gave me a foot so I can start walking around. Immediately I was like, oh, thank you, Lord. Like, now I don't have to sit at home like all day and stuff. Like I can go out and be that 15-year-old that I am. I can get back into sports and stuff. So immediately I got back into sports. I just stopped thinking about that I lost a foot and started being me. Yeah, that's funny. It's okay. So God continued to be faithful in that. As I got older, I went into college, and then I wasn't in sports anymore, and I didn't know what route to go. But how many of you know that God is still faithful? That God still has plans for you when you don't know where to go? Yeah. So I didn't know where to go, and God said, Trenten, I want you to go to this running clinic. And he said that through someone else. How many know that God can speak through people? Yeah? He can speak through anybody he wants, anybody he chooses. Even someone that doesn't know God, God can still speak through them. He can use people like a chessboard, just constantly moving people around. So God spoke to the guy that was making my prosthetics. He said, Trenten, I want you to go to this running clinic. And I was like, nah, I don't really want to go. I know how to run. He's like, no, please go for me. So I go there. And they put me in a group with people who don't really know how to run. And I start doing my thing. They're like, okay, cool. Let's move you over to this group over here. How many of you have seen a prosthetic running blade? Has anybody seen one? A few of you have. So what it is, it's like you saw, I have carbon fiber up here on my socket. This is a socket. This is what my leg fits into. And on the back of it is another piece of carbon fiber that connects, and it's like a J. And so it's like a pogo stick. How many have been on a pogo stick? Exactly. It's very similar. So now I got a pogo stick on my right leg. That's what it feels like when I run. And so they put me in this category where everybody's got running legs, and I got just this foot, this like everyday foot. And I start running and doing stuff, and three people come up to me. 2 Paralympic sprinters, one from South Africa, Oscar Pistorius, and the other one, Brian Fraser from USA. And then the coach, Joaquim Cruz, was a gold medalist for Brazil. He's the head coach of US Paralympics. And they say, Trenten, you got some great potential. Have you ever thought about competing professionally? I was like, no, I only dreamed of that. But I thought those dreams were taken away from me. He said, you should look into Paralympics. I said, I don't know anything about it. So they introduced me to it. They invited me down to the Olympic Training Center in Chula Vista, California, just a couple hours south of here. So I went down there after a month of thinking about it, and I checked it out, and I was like, whoa. Instantly, I remembered in that hospital bed when I thought that my dreams were taken away from me, and God came to me and said, Trent, I got great plans for you. Instantly, I was reminded of that time. I was reminded, wow, God, you are faithful. Wow, God, you do have plans for me. This is just an open door. But I get to choose. How many know that just because God gives you plans, that you get to choose whether you want to obey them or not? And so I get to choose, do I want to go down this route? Or do I want to continue to push it away? So I said, God, this is my dreams. Of course I want to go through that door. And so I continue to pursue it, continue to train, discipline myself, and continue, most of all, to get to know the relationship between me and God. Because how many know that if you accomplish everything in life, it doesn't matter if you don't know God? Yeah. God's got to be the center. God's got to be first. That relationship is important. And so as I continue to know about God, I got to see this open door of competing professionally just become closer and closer and closer. And so just recently, I got to compete for USA in Qatar, in Doha, Qatar, a whole other country across the world. I got to represent our country, got to represent USA, I got to represent myself, my friends, and my family. And so all because at a young age, I got to realize and understand that God has plans for me, and I got to believe that and hold on to that and trust in that, even despite when everyone else said, hey, Trent, I'm not sure if you can do this because you don't have a foot. So the moral and the message of today is Ephesians 2:10. Remember that God loves you and he has crazy, crazy, awesome plans for you. He prepared, even before you were born, He created all these awesome plans for you to do. And all for you to enjoy as well. So I want to encourage you right now, if you could, if we could close our eyes. And what we're going to do, we're going to ask God to reveal some dreams to us. We're going to ask God to show us some things that we would love to do in the future. So everybody close our eyes. Close our eyes. God, right now, as we close our eyes, I just ask that you show us right now. You show us, God, the things that we desire, the things that our heart desires, the things that we would just truly, truly love to accomplish right now when we're older, in a few years from now, 20 years from now. I pray that we get to give you glory through that. I pray that we get to find joy through that. I pray that we get to glorify your name, your kingdom through that, our friends and our family through that. I pray for miracles in our lives. I pray for all these dreams that we want to happen. I pray that they happen, and we know that they happen just because you are God and you are faithful. Amen. Thank you so much for having me come and speak.
Thank you. Let's give him another round of applause for giving us such a great testimony. Do you guys have a great